Are you hungry? Shall we do the pakoras? Let's get cooking, okay? For the pakoras, the first thing that you'll be needing is the flour. Do you know, I'm going to be using Besan Flour and self-raising flour mix. Like I told you, it is a Simply Sarj recipe, right? So what happens, this dish actually originates from northern part of India, and that's where my father originated from. Now, in an Indian home, if you don't have a Besan flour or a chapati flour, basically you're not Indian, right? So, come on, join me, and I have just added my twist to it. So I have got some Besan flour in here and some self-raising flour. Now the self-raising flour is going to help it lighten it slightly. When my mother used to cook these pakoras, the pakoras used to be slightly dense. You know why? Because she only used the Besan flour. Sometimes the Besan flour is known as gram flour or chana flour. Simply means translated chickpeas. Everyone likes chickpeas, don't they? Yeah. So come on, let's have a look what we can do with this one. In here, we are going to add some spices. Now these are the spices that actually going to create some nice flavors. The flavors which are not too hot, they're simply nice and warm. And later on, I'm going to show you to use it with a dipping sauce. Then you can create the heat, if you like, go as mild as or go as hot as. Okay, so into my flour, I am actually going to add some spices. To here, I'm going to add some Garam Masala. And here we go. Roughly about 2 teaspoons of Garam Masala.
Sarj, what is Garam Masala?
Oh, very good question. You know why? The Garam Masala literally translate to Garam in Hindi or Punjabi means warm. Masala simply means spices, so hence warm spices. When I cook with Garam Masala, generally I explain it. I said, I think there's about 5 C's in these spices, you know. So the spices derive from cinnamon, cardamom, cumin, coriander, and there is the last one, cloves. Some manufacturers will manufacture this product with, perhaps they will add some fennel, ground fennel, and maybe, you know, some black pepper, etc. But what I'm using here today, just those 5 warm spices. All right, so that's Garam Masala. Thanks for the question.
Sarj, you mentioned about Besan flour and self-raising flour. Can we use a different type of flour?
You certainly can, but guess what? It will definitely not be an Indian dish. So if you really want an Indian dish to come from a northern India, like I was brought up in, it simply means you've got to have the chickpea flour, so which is the Besan flour. But you can make a batter with anything else you like, any other flour. But today, certainly the Besan flour comes into play. All right, and thank you again for that question. Now to this, we're going to add some extra cumin, even though Garam Masala already has some cumin powder, but I just love the warmth of the cumin. All right, so that's what we're going to add in here. And then you will need some salt and a little bit of heat. We've got some chili powder happening here. Even though I have got some fresh chilies sitting over here, mind you, you know, our friend Matt brought it over today, so thank you for that. I reckon they are going to be extremely hot. Instead, we're actually going to show you a dip that then you have a choice to either take it hot or not take it hot. So into this, we are now going to add, the dry ingredients are already here. My way of cooking is simply, I love adding a little bit of egg to it, and I think the egg simply creates a little bit of a lift as well, apart from the self-raising flour. So I'm just going to beat up this egg. It's roughly about half a cup of water goes into it, you know, just like so. Remember, I am trying to make a batter to start with. That's really all I want to do. So here we go. Give or take with this batter, sometimes you may need to add actually extra moisture and other times less. The reason being, depending on what sort of ingredients, like potatoes and veggies that you're going to be using, you know, some vegetables create a lot of moisture. So you will need your batter to be a little bit thicker. So in this case, I will be adding to it some diced potatoes. I've actually cut up the diced potatoes quite thinly. The reason being, because this recipe doesn't really take too long, you know, to cook. So you really do need to have the ingredients or the vegetables that actually take too long to cook. Cut them a little bit smaller. Yeah, don't go heavy-handed with it. Alright, so to this batter actually is becoming a little bit too thick for me, to my liking. This is why I said Simply Sarj way is just simple, give or take. You just decide what you want to do on the day. So I'm just going to finish it off with a little bit extra in here. And now this is coming along nicely. Beautiful. Do you know, I can actually smell the aroma of these warm spices, but the viewers at home, I'm sorry about that, but that's quite all right. When you create your own dish, you'll be able to do the same. And the lucky ones today are you folks, aren't you? You'll be able to taste it and try it. Good on you. Here we go. Now, what I'm going to do at this stage, I am actually going to increase the heat to the pan. The pan already has some cooking oil. You can use vegetable cooking oil. You can use any sort of oil. But my favorite for this dish is the vegetable oil. So I'm just going to increase the heat.